Welcome to Imperfect Game, less of a review show and more of a personal journal where I gush over the games I love. Today I'm covering Touhou 7, Perfect Cherry Blossom. While I'm struggling with a mental illness that puts angry voices in my head, I can smile knowing my resolve of continuing this channel has been relit. Anyways, let's start. Touhou Project has been a close favorite series of mine for a long time now, and I'm happy to finally begin a video on them. I played most of the mainline games and even cleared one or two extra stage bosses. Sadly, it's much harder to complete them properly due to me getting psychosis. With this video, I'm hoping to give each entry in the mainline series a fair share of screen time. The first entry I'm covering will be a great entry point for beginners to the series, as it's much more forgiving than other entries of the series. But for those not aware, what is Touhou Project anyway? The lore goes like this. In the fantasy land of Gensokyo, hidden behind the Great Hakuri Barrier, creatures known as yokai live in a sort of hidden pocket dimension that's time-locked in feudal-era Japan, where humans still believe in myths and fear yokai, as without humans believing they exist, they fade away, sort of like fairies in that one Peter Pan movie. I would cover this part of the video in more detail, but really I think there are much better explanations out there on YouTube already. So I'll just leave a link in the description to let you hear the series' lore from those more experienced than me. All you need to know about Touhou 7's plot is that winter has overstayed its welcome, and it's revealed that someone has stolen spring itself. No, really, that's what happened. It's never explained how the characters can just carry around a concept like that, but anyway, that's the game's plot summed up. So now let's look into gameplay in more depth. The gameplay of Touhou 7 sets the new standard, as it's polished up a lot of what made Touhou 6 seem unfinished and clunky. It added the visible hitbox when you slow down with the focus key. As with a lot of shoot-'em-up games, there are different shot types depending on how you play. In Touhou 7, you have a total of 6 different shot types, 2 for each of the free playable characters in this game. Rimu has a choice between a stronger, narrow attack pattern that deals lots of damage at the cost of having to plan ahead to defeat waves of enemies, or an easy but equally narrow homing ambulance shot type. Melissa either has a laser that shoots down many enemies at once, or a weaker version of Rimu's non-homing shot type. Sadly, both lacked firepower Musa would boast in other entries. Sakuya has a fancy lock and hold shot type that rewards good memory of the stage, and another version of the homing amulet. Sadly, it's not too good on the shot type sides of Touhou 7. The stages are longer than average compared to other entries, and they are largely streaming based. And I mean streaming as in the technique where you stand still in one place to create an opening to dodge the incoming bullets. The boss designs are good, but none stand out aside from the final boss, Yuko. The extra stage boss Ran, and Yukari is a whole nother game at that point. My personal favorites are Alice and Yomu's boss fights, though. Overall, it's a great game that hopefully will get a Steam release sooner rather than later. While I'm on the topic, let me be the first to say Touhou's 10 through 18 are playable on Steam for those interested. My favorite game is Touhou 14 Double Dealing Character. Anyways, it's been Imperfect Game, and thanks for watching.